of the video for this week. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, they said that Otterline cannot find anything for what we are doing. So Otterline probably won't be here. Well, Otterline found something. Otterline found something. So, but before we get to what Otterline found, remember, if you want to support us, there is our shop where we have books and writing services. There is also our Redbubble shop, which has over 100 designs lost for Christmas. There are Christmas designs there. So if you would like to support us in that way, you can. That would really be good. If you want to support us but you do not want to spend any monies, that is also fine. Like, subscribe, comment and share. So, what is our video about today? What did Otterline find? Well, I know her ladyship said that Otterline will not have anything because Otterline has been doing only mid-century Germans. Well, Otterline found something. I did find something. What did I find? I find Lewis Carroll, Hunting of the Snark, both in book and musical. The Hunting of the Snark. Now, this is the much lesser known piece by Lewis Carroll. Everybody knows Alice in Wonderland. Most people know of, but probably haven't actually bothered reading, Alice Through the Looking Glass. I have not really bothered with either of them because I have little children. Not very the big fan of the little children. No. But I am interested in this. This is about 10 years later than Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is the 1860s. This was put out in the 1870s. I did not start with this. I started with this. This I have had since I was a teenager. This is a CD from the 90s. This thing is almost impossible to find now. Where else? Where can you find Cliff Richard, Roger Daltrey, Julian Lennon, and George Harrison all on the same thing? This. Yes. Oh, and Art Garfunkel. And if that sounds chaotic and nonsensical, bingo! We win the prize of what this is. Chaotic and nonsensical. Because none of those sound musically like they would at all work together. And yet somehow this thing is brilliant. So, The Hunting of the Snark. The Hunting of the Snark, I would have to say, is probably the only kind of fantasy thing that I actually like. And as we talk about it, you will probably understand why exactly I like this. I'm not a big person for fantasy things. Most of them seem a little bit pretentious. Did I say that? Most of them seem a little bit sad. So I'm not terribly fond of them. So, The Hunting of the Snark. The Hunting of the Snark has an improbable crew in search of an impossible thing. It is a long narrative poem. It is in 8 parts. The 8 parts are... let us see. It is an agony in 8 fits. And the first fit is the landing, so the crew land on a beach. Then there is the bellman's speech, and the bellman, who is the captain of this whole thing, he has a speech about what they're doing and that they're hunting the snark. Then you have the baker's tale, because the bellman goes and mentions that a snark, and there is also the opposite of a snark, the thing that they do not want to encounter, which is a boojum. And the baker faints, and then tells a story. Once he's revived, they roused him with muffins, they roused him with cress. He tells a story about his uncle's advice. The baker is wearing multiple coats and too many boots, and left all his clothes and all his jewels and rings and everything on the shore. And he also has forgotten his name. And he only makes bride cake. And there's no ingredients on the ship. There's a butcher who only kills beavers. There's a beaver who's a pet for the bellman. There is a broker, a banker, a billiard maker, a boots, an arranger of bonnets, and a barrister on this weird little boat. Then we have the hunting, the beaver's lesson, the barrister's dream, the banker's fate, and the vanishing. So it's a nonsensical little story. There's a dream of a pig that is put on trial. It turns out the pig's dead, so it can't be punished for when it is found guilty. The butcher and the beaver have an unusual friendship, and ultimately the baker is taken by a boo jump. Well, all he manages is boo, and it's really it is entirely nonsensical. It has made up words, which is quite a thing of Lewis Carroll. He makes up words. And what made me think of doing this, aside from the fact that it is funny and interesting and complete nonsense, and I've read it multiple times, actually it's because it is complete nonsense. Because in our other life, we have been walking to work and listening to the Goon Show. Because all the other stuff seemed to be leading to the goons. It became unavoidable, absolutely unavoidable to listen to the goons. And they are complete nonsense. Utter nonsense. The ones that I listened to yesterday the last one I listened to on the way to work, Blue Bottle's knees fell off as he was lifting a battleship. So, with Eccles. So we are talking supreme nonsense. And English literature nonsense, this is where it all starts. This mathematician from Oxford, this is where it all starts. Now, what is this about? Is what the first questions that everybody asks. Well, what is it about? I don't know. It's about nonsense. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. And now I have an annotated version, and the annotations is very annotated, and it all goes into a whole lot of things, all different people's theories. There's a video on YouTube that I watched a little bit of, but I got so bored about how this is a whole explanation of some Aristotelian philosophy, and And it's like, it's nonsense. It's like asking, what is the Goon Show about? It's about nothing. The point of the thing, the actual point of the thing is, it has no point. Now, because it is a narrative, it is very tempting to say, oh, well, we must put some sort of meaning onto this. No. I think that my willingness to resist the desire to create meaning around this is due to the fact that my introduction to this was through this. And this is music. It is probably the only way that this could be adapted. There is apparently a film. I do not wish to watch that. Somebody will attempt to lay over a grand narrative. How boring. How boring to do something. One of the advantages of this is not done as a staged, it is done concert form. So there is music, there is a speaker who reads the aspects of the poem in this one. So John Gielgud and John Hurt. Oh, this is amazing. If you can lay your hands on a copy of this, do lay your hands on a copy of this. It is one of the most phenomenal things. I'm not a big musical person, but this is brilliant. It's a rock musical. And then it has songs. It has a narrative poem, and then it has songs, provides the action. Music provides the action. You don't need to know a meaning. You don't need to visually represent what is happening when you use music. It is very abstract. Even when you have songs are not creating a concrete meaning. They are illustrating the emotion of the characters, the aspirations, the desires, the hopes, the fears, not creating concrete image. But if you're going to force me against my will to give you a meaning for this thing, what is a snark? I would say my most likely thing to say about this is an allegory for life. If you force me, this is life. The snark is life. It is what we pursue through life. This crew of idiots, for they are all idiots, this crew of idiots is the archetypical ship of fools. And the medieval ship of fools is life, is the world. When you look at the crew, you have a boot who is a servant. You have craftsmen, the bakers, the butchers, the maker of bonnets. You have the professional class. You have the barrister, the broker, the banker. And then you also have the criminal in the billiard master, the gambling, the underbelly of the world. And finally, you have the bellman, the politicians, the religious leaders, the person with the vision of where we are going. To the ship of fools. There's a very old concept that is the ship of fools. And the ship of fools is a metaphor for life. The snark is what we pursue in life. What is a bujam? A bujam is death. It's the thing that ends. Any pursuit of a snark ends with a bujam. That is what I would say if you forced me, if you absolutely twisted my arm and made me come up with a meaning for this thing. I do not like to do that. I do not like to do that. Why? Why? Pourquoi? Pourquoi? Why? Why do you not want to? Because the value of something that is nonsensical is in its nonsensicalness. The pursuit of a meaning in nonsense is missing the point of nonsense, is missing the point of why I listen to Goon Show walking to work. I say if I listen to the Goon Show walking to work, I've already heard 5 stupid things in half an hour, and nothing that I can say at work could possibly surprise me after hearing Blue Bottle's knees fall off. It is nonsensical, is both allows you to have that shock of laughter, of the juxtaposing one thing with another, that there is no way these things can actually happen. But it also works strangely enough like a Japanese koan. And I know that that Jana's talked about this when she talked about Yoko Ono's book Grapefruit. When she talked about Grapefruit, she talked about that the nonsensical, paradoxical little poem in Grapefruit is work like a Japanese Buddhist koan, a Zen Buddhist koan, a paradoxical statement designed to quiet and settle the mind. Well, in some ways, nonsense can do exactly the same thing. This, unlike Alice, is as a difficult working out who the audience is. The introduction to this suggests that the ideal audience of this is not actually adult, not actually children. That this is more for adults. So why would adults wish to read this? Because it is nonsense. Because one can let one's mind rest if one is not having to pursue meaning or something deeper. It is and at the same time it is not mindless. It is engaging, and it engages you, it makes you want to follow it. But you don't have to find a deep meaning in it. It doesn't require actual work. It is a way to relax. I think that people are very, very, très afraid of play. People are très afraid of playing. And nonsense allows one to play again, to jouer. It is this. You see that in in the Goons, you see that in John Lennon, Spaniard in the Works, you see that in Monty Python, you see that in Peter Cook. You see a mind able to play. So whilst everybody else has been looking at playful comedy coming out of the Oxbridge universities, I managed to find one that predates everybody else out of Oxford University. And I think that is also significant, that these things are written by très intelligent people. Intelligence needs to play, to be creative. Creativity is not something that you work on. It is something you relax. Now, Janice has a book coming that she wants to talk about, so I won't go too far into this. But is it Janice or is it Hatta? One of them is going to talk about. But they have a book. I won't spoil their video. But I don't think that it is for nothing that the nonsense pieces are coming from très intelligent people. Intelligence needs a place to relax and to play. That is why I would not say this has an actual meaning. It is more this and things like this are like koans. I think that is the best way to think about nonsense. Nonsense is a place to rest, a place to recharge, and a place to play. So, if you would like to sit down for an hour or so and play, I could suggest the hunting of the Snark. Now, this has the beautiful holiday etchings in it. I will put some of those up. So it has the beautiful etchings that came with the original story. They do provide some sort of concreteness, and yet at the same time it is not terribly concrete. Obviously, the author, having commissioned the etchings, did want concrete visual of this. But at the same time, as I said, I came to this via the sound and hearing the words over and over. I was quite surprised to hear see the pictures and say, well, that's probably not how I would have thought of that, having heard it as an auditory thing. I think if you can hear this before you see it, it will probably help. I'm sure that there are audio recordings of the hunting of the Snark. I think you can see concert performings of the hunting of the Snark, but absolutely, if you can, try Discogs, try eBay, try and get that CD. It is gorgeous thing. So anyway, that is our video for this week. I hope you have enjoyed it. Oh, also, Caesar got it wrong. We have done 5 Fausts. We have done 5 Fausts because I did the Master and Margarita. 5 Fausts. And there will be more because I have a Thomas Mann I need to read. So that will come some other time. It's a very thick book. I'm not reading that right now. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the hunting of the Snark. I hope I have not been too snarky. We get that word from there. I think we get snarky from there. I'm going to say that I learned snarky from there. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that. I do think you should check it out, especially if you are not a literature term person, like I am not. You might like this one. And anyway, I will see you again with another book and another video sometime later. So until then, au revoir. If you would like to support this channel, come across to the Black Cockie Press website, www.blackcockiepress.com.au, where you will find books and other writing services to help with your writing.